Hey guys, welcome back to my watercolor channel, and today we are painting a hedgehog. So I have seen a few in my backyard and I thought I'd give it a try. But I'm not that focused on the spikes, so just have a look and let's see how it goes. And I hope you try it yourself. I haven't dared to paint one since 3 years ago, and it was quite easy one, and I wasn't really experienced with the watercolors, despite the fact I still have it hanging in my bedroom. But I wanted to try a different method on it, where there's not so much focus onto the needles of the hedgehog, so a little bit of a lighter version, not too overcomplicated. I mixed my colors out of indigo blue, some crimson red. So I have really nice purple and adding a little bit of a cobalt blue, and then having some orange out of yellow ochre and cadmium red as well. What I do first is basically just adding water where the needles are supposed to be. Just a lot of water, not into the background that much, and then I try to orientate myself where to add the color, what these shapes look like, and as well as adding some of the indigo blue there more to the mixture. So indigo blue is much darker than the purple, and I try to see that there's a balance and that there's the roundness still, so a little bit you know, like a half ball, and the light is basically hitting on the top, so it's keep it light there, but really around the lower areas have very dark colors. And I tried to add different colors, as you can see, purple, indigo blue, and then some crimson red on its own, so there's a little bit of a variety there and it doesn't feel so boring. While this area is still wet, I add more of the dark blue and then really light layers at the top. And then I spread it a little bit where the head of the hedgehog is. And then the idea was to add, while it's still quite wet, to add some salt, a lot of salt, of fine sea salt. And then while it's still drying, then take off some of the paint to, it's like not creating a hairline, but you know, the roughness of the hair underneath. So I was thinking, let's see how it works, and you can see that I try to add a little bit of a spikes to the side, so it's still possible because the paint in these areas is still wet, but the salt is really working its magic, so the colors of the paint is basically drying. Now that everything has dried, I prepare a much stronger orange, although I thought I'd be careful with adding the first layer to the rest of the body of the hedgehog. So I'm a little bit using a small brush and try to add some fur there as well, and then emphasize the different areas of the hedgehog. So where the different segments are a little bit of a dark color. I have wetted this area before, so it's easier to work on. And then I mix a little bit, like having this really nice orange there, yellow ochre orange, and then adding a bit of a purple there as well to create a darker shadow area and the colors that are not so bright. And here you can see that it's a little bit of work that takes time, especially if you want that the fur of the hedgehog is a bit more realistic. I continue with the head So basically the same way, just adding a very light layer of orange, and then adding a little bit of this purple what has been ready, and then mixing with the orange around the eyes. And I orientate myself on my reference picture, so which way is the hair going, or the hairline is going, and just emphasize this as such. And if it feels like, oh, the edge is a bit too hard or too strong, just take some water and then spread it. Now I continue a little bit with the ears and with the paw, so I add some of the colors onto the side of the ears. The reason why I'm so careful with the face or the snout of the hedgehog is basically that I don't want to add too much color there. The main focus is really the spikes of the hedgehog and then the eyes. So this is those are areas that I really want to emphasize. Oh, and as well as the nose here. And adding a little bit of the purple there and adding more of the Payne's grey. And then I continue with the eyes. I will add the later on some darker layer, but here I thought I just add this really nice brown first, and the hedgehog is nearly ready, so just adding some more details. Adding here a little bit of a crimson red to the paws, and then emphasizing in between with the same purple that I have used for the top, for the spikes of the hedgehog. A little bit around this, and then continue with the eyes. So around the eyes and around the ears, adding more of a structure there. And then a bit brown here on the cheeks. And behind those cheeks, so you really see the whiteness of the cheeks against the body. I wanted to have as well some brighter colors which are much warmer, so a little bit of a stronger orange. And then really just looking where I can add really nice structure of the fur, and then adding a darker layer to the eyes. So it's really nice dark. A very, very cute hedgehog. This year I have seen many of those, especially a small one, but it was likely at the beginning of the summer. In fact, I was thinking to build a small hedgehog house with my husband. Let's see if we manage before the winter really starts. At the moment we have nice autumn weather, to get some wood and start building it at the weekend, but otherwise the weekend seemed to be quite busy, especially cleaning up the backyard and I think getting some firewood. But yes, the plan is to build a small house for the hedgehog, as well as adding a feeding place for the birds, and maybe bird house, because obviously not for this year anymore, but for next year, and it would have enough time to get rid of the human smell, so the birds moving in as soon as the springs comes back, which will be quite a long time until then, somewhere in the middle of May. I thought I add a little bit of a background colors here, so it's really nice, and then adding more wood to the front of the hedgehog too, so it's not too many of the sharp colors. And then adding some splashes, which I really like to do, and maybe a little bit of a yellow ochre splashes as well. But that was basically it, so thank you for watching and remember to subscribe. Okay, so it actually went quite well, and I wasn't sure before, but the salt helped a little bit to imitate the spikes of the hedgehog, and yes, that's the final product. And yes, so thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again as well as in my next video. Bye!